So you're thinking about moving to Atlanta, Georgia, but you're kind of wondering, what are some of the fastest growing counties and the benefits of living in those counties? And that's exactly what we're going to talk about in this video, because when you have a fast growing population and increased demand and limited inventory, well, then home values rise. And it's always good to live in a home that's getting more valuable. Obviously, the stock market fluctuates, the real estate market fluctuates, but the real estate market is hyper local. It's more dependent on the local economy, not the overall national or global economy. And so things like this, doesn't mean your home won't ever go down in value, but it does mean it will recover faster on any 3 to 5 year period. If you're planning on being here, then homes in these counties are more likely to appreciate and to appreciate faster than maybe homes in other counties. So if you're looking for that kind of information, you're going to want to stick around, and we're going to get after it right now. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about eating, sleeping, working, playing, the good and the bad of living in Atlanta, Georgia, well then subscribe below and ring the bell for notification so you can be the first to know about the current market here in Atlanta. My name's Denny. The team and I get calls each and every day from people just like you, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're moving in a week, a year, or anytime in between, call us, text us, email us, schedule a Zoom, whatever's comfortable for you, and we'd be happy to help you make a smooth move to Atlanta. As I mentioned in this video, we're going to kind of go through some of the fastest growing counties, and I'm going to work through, I'm not really going to number them all. I think there's about 11 here, but I'm going to start at the bottom and work my way up to the fastest growing county and kind of give you some context along the way so that you kind of understand not just the data. Data is one thing, but how you interpret it and apply it is really more important than the data itself, because sometimes numbers do lie. So, and I'll give you some, what I mean by that. I'll kind of give you the context at the end. So you're definitely going to want to stick around for that piece. So with that being said, like I said, we've got 11, but I'm going to lump some of them together. Number 10 and 11, we'll call it a tie for number 10, would be Cherokee County. And if you haven't already, check out our video on the fastest growing cities, because ironically, while this came in at tied for number 10, the fastest growing city is actually in Cherokee County. Hint, hint. So Paulding and Cherokee County is north of Atlanta, and then Paulding County is west of Atlanta, but both of them came in at 27% population growth. And I'm talking about over the last 10 years, really from like the 2010 to the 2020 census. And the ones that have been growing the fastest over that time frame have continued to grow over the last year or two. And so you have Cherokee County, Paulding County, and honestly, anytime you get outside of Fulton County, which is where the city of Atlanta is, you're also going to get lower tax basis for your property taxes and your sales tax and a lot of the other lifestyle. So there's a lot of benefits to some of these other counties that are in and around the major metro areas. Really, the city centers all across the country, not just in Georgia, but everywhere, they're growing. There was this migration into the cities. Now that's kind of reversed since COVID and people are moving out of the city. But even so, over the last decade, most of the big cities have grown, 15 to 20%. Atlanta, I think, is 19 point something percent. The suburbs are growing even faster. You're talking about 10, 20, 30, 40, 50% growth in the areas that are outside of the major metros. And so you're going to see that on this list. So Cherokee and Paulding coming in at 27% growth. And then next on the list, we actually have, and I'm going to read my notes because we have a couple of them that are tied. We have Oconee, which is the lake between Atlanta and Augusta. So Atlanta is kind of in the middle of the state. Augusta is on the east side of Georgia. And right in between the two in the middle, you have Oconee, Lake Oconee. And Oconee County is around that lake, and it's on the list. Oconee, Barrow, Barrow, is also between, now just north of Oconee is Athens, Georgia, where the University of Georgia is. And then over to the west, you have Atlanta. And between Athens and Atlanta, you have Barrow County. So Oconee County, Barrow County, Dawson County, which is straight north of Atlanta, up 400, you'll pass, Fulton County is the city of Atlanta, up to Alpharetta, and then coming, you hit Forsyth County, and then north of that, you hit Dawson County. So Oconee, Barrow, Dawson, all three of those have tied around the 30% growth. So you have between Augusta and Atlanta, between Athens and Atlanta, and north of Atlanta, all coming in at that 30%. So again, that was Dawson County, Barrow County, and Oconee County. Now, next on the list by itself at 32% growth would be Columbia County. And so in the Augusta, the CSRA, the central, is that central? Anyway, that's the major, the Augusta Metro, which includes Augusta, North Augusta, and then Evans, Martinez, and Grovetown. So Augusta is Richmond County, Martinez, Evans, that area, and some of Grovetown, that is all Columbia County. So it's the west side, kind of the northwest side of Augusta, Georgia. And Columbia County, again, grew at 32%. And Columbia County, is near and dear to me. I was born in Richmond County in Augusta, but I spent most of my life in Columbia County, and it is a fabulous place to live. It doesn't surprise me at all that it's growing rapidly. Money Magazine named Evans, Georgia, the #1 place in America to live. Martinez was, I think, number 17 on that list. Grovetown is soon to be on that list because Grovetown actually, because of its proximity to Fort Gordon, and the entire U.S. military moved their cybersecurity command to Fort Gordon. So Grovetown is smaller but booming. Evans, Martinez, that all of that is booming. So no doubt Columbia County is on this list and is growing rapidly with 32% growth in the last 10 years. Next on the list would be Jackson. That is back over there towards Barrow, a little bit north of that. It's really right outside of Athens, where the University of Georgia is. And so Jackson County grew at 33% growth, which is extremely fast, but also, it's a small town, and that's going to apply really to the next three. I'm going to kind of lump them all together because they all surround Savannah. They're all around the Savannah, Georgia, which is the southeast part of the state, metroplex, and that is Effingham, 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 which grew at 35%. Long County, which grew at 43%. And Bryan, with a Y, Bryan County, which grew at 45%. All three of those are right outside of Savannah and are really growing rapidly, which I don't think a lot of people realize how fast that market is growing. It's a great first home community, meaning your primary residence, a great primary residence community, but it's also the Savannah proper and in and around the ocean is a great second home community. So it doesn't surprise me that that area is booming. And if you need help down there, let us know. Drum roll, please. We are on to number 1. And this is not a surprise either, because this has been the case for the last 20 years and it's not slowing down anytime soon. If you want to bank on appreciation in your home value, not maybe ever, like I said, markets go up and down, but over the next 10 to 20 years, Forsyth, Forsyth County, which is on the north side of Atlanta, it borders Fulton. So when you're north, Fulton is like Sandy Springs, Roswell, Alpharetta, and then you get into Cumming, which is in South Forsyth, and most of Forsyth County. Forsyth is bordered by Dawson, which was, on this list. Forsyth has grown by 50%. Yes, 50%. So it is growing extremely fast. Cherokee's over there on the west. And what can I say? Great parks and recreation, great outdoor life. Borders the mountains, borders the lakes, borders the city. There's a lot to love about the area. And so the ring around Atlanta 285 Highway 400 goes straight north, and I live my life up and down 400 all the time, from Sandy Springs to Cumming and Lake Lanier. It's on the west side of Lake Lanier, and it's growing like a weed, has been, will continue to do so, and you can bank on that. So with that being said, here's my last bit of like context for, and I promised you, if you tuned in, I would give you some context as that what all of this means, because some of these, like the Savannah counties and some of the smaller counties outside of the smaller metro areas, some of those, the percentage is a lot, but the actual population growth is not a lot. In other words, if there was 10 people that lived in the town and 5 people moved to the town, you'd have 50% growth. That's only 5 people. Whereas if you have 1 million people that live in the county, or, you know, and then you have 20% growth, well, that's 200,000 people. And so, as I mentioned, the rural areas are really getting smaller. The major metros are growing, but not as fast as kind of the suburbs. And some of the suburbs are growing at a fast rate, and there's a lot of people. And so, of course, Fulton County had 1 million people, and they grew by 19%. So they have 180,000 new people in Fulton County, but it's a huge county. Same thing, Gwinnett County had like 800,000 people, and they got another 155,000 people. So also 19% growth, but it's a huge county. So, the big ones, a small percentage in growth, and you've got a lot more people. The small ones, a couple people, and you've got a big percentage. The sweet spot is kind of in between that. Even Cobb County, which added 83,000 people, but that was only at 12% growth. So if I had to interpret this, which ones were really the ones that are growing the fastest and adding a large number of population? Those would be those middle tier counties, in my opinion. They don't have 30,000 people, and they don't have 1 million people. They have 100, 200, 300,000 people, and they're growing rapidly. I'll give you that really quick. Cherokee County, which was at 27% growth, had 58,000 new people. So it's a large county and growing rapidly. Paulding right there with it, they only had 40,000 new people. So Cherokee and Paulding were tied with 27%, but Paulding had 40,000 new people, and Cherokee added 58,000 to the population. Columbia County also grew at 32%. They added 39,000 people. So Columbia County, again, that Evans Martinez area, Grovetown, that's a really booming area, really great home values, really high. I think median household income in Evans is like $110,000, and you can buy a $350,000 house. I just sold a 3,600 square foot, 4-bedroom, home that was maybe 10 years old in an amazing community for $375,000. So great place to live. And then Forsyth, which we talked about, it was number 1. It's growing by 50%. They added, so it's a large county and growing. They added 89,000 people. And so, in my opinion, the Forsyth, Columbia County, Paulding, Cherokee, like those are really, really booming counties that are already large, which means there's good infrastructure. There's all the things that you would need, to enjoy your daily life and lifestyle, but it's not quite as congested as like a city, and it's growing quickly. So you can get some home value appreciation. Like that's kind of the sweet spot, if you would call it, in my opinion. So I highly recommend you check out some of our suburbs or cities in some of those counties. And as always, we always welcome comments from our viewers. We appreciate the feedback. We're trying to be a resource for everybody that's watching. If you have subscribed, thank you. If you haven't, just subscribe below and ring that bell for notifications so you get updated when we release more great videos like this. Clearly, if you're moving next week or next year or anytime in between, call us, email, text, schedule a Zoom. Happy to help you make a smooth move to Georgia. And until I see you in person, hopefully I'll see you on the next episode.